If, like me, you've been in this journey of manifestation, working on your self-concept, law of attraction, law of assumption for a really long time, and you still haven't seen the results you wish you had, I'll share an exercise so we can do it together. I did it a couple days ago and it really changed everything for me. I think it's the one thing that really clicked on my mind after such a long time reading books on this, watching videos, and so on. Today I'm going to try something different, completely off script, no planning. I just really wanted to share this exercise. I've been away from YouTube for like a month. I've been traveling. I'm currently in Tuscany in a beautiful home. I've been painting all day, reading books, and today's Sunday. I decided to record this video. I want you to grab a piece of paper or your notes app and follow this exercise with me. I invite you to pause so you can really think about your answers and go through this process on your own pace, okay? So first, I want you to grab this paper or your notes app and write down one goal that you have. In my experience, I focus on more of like the professional side. I'm an entrepreneur, I have a few businesses, so I was really focusing on business goals. You can think of any area of your life that you really want to develop, okay? So think of a goal that is not so big, like your biggest goal in life. Something that is kind of reachable, but you still feel like it's sort of impossible because you haven't done it before. But it can't be too small either, so you have to find a good balance there, okay? So think about this goal. You can pause the video now and think about it. Okay, so next step. You have this goal in front of you, right? In order to reach this goal, there are different obstacles you have to overcome, right? To get there. So I want you to write this down. Write down all the obstacles that come to mind, all the things that you need to work through in order to reach your goal. I'll wait. Okay, so now you have your goal and you have the obstacles, right? This next step might be familiar to you if you've already worked with self-concept, the law of assumption. I want you to think about 5 characteristics, traits that you need to have in order to overcome these obstacles and reach your goal. Think about 5 traits. For example, for business, for me, I thought about discipline. I thought about consistency, audacity, and so on. So I want you to think about those things, okay? I'll wait. Okay, so next step, I want you to look at these traits. One by one, I want you to write a moment in your life that you already acted this way. For example, in my case, discipline. I wrote many times where I was disciplined to reach something. It can be something related to the business or related to the goal that you have written down, or it can be something that you did 10 years ago, 5 years ago in your childhood, something that it shows you already were disciplined or you already had this trait at some point in your life. And I want you to do this for every single trait. Think of a moment where you acted like this already. You already did this before, okay? Take your time, really think about it. And as you work through this, I want you to grasp how you already have these characteristics in you. But write it down and we'll talk in a sec. I'll wait for you. Okay, so I bet you already have some good feelings flowing inside of you. I want you to really understand that all the traits that you need to have in order to reach your goal, to overcome the obstacles in the path towards your goal, you have them. You have them all inside of you. It just seems now that you don't have these traits, that you're not ready yet, that there's something missing, because it's the first time you're facing these new obstacles because it's a new goal. But remember that back then, when you had these traits, it was also the first time you were facing those obstacles that you needed the traits for, and it was the first time you were reaching that goal. So you have all the things inside of you. When we talk about self-concept and the law of assumption in the manifestation world, we talk about like, think of a version of you that already has what you want, already reached that goal, right? How is she? How does she talk? How does she walk? How does she feel? What are her traits? Think about those traits. Okay, now embody that person. Embody that version of yourself. Act like her. You are her from now on. Because if you are her, the world will reflect who you are. And then you'll reach the goal, right? I've been working through this for so long, and it felt like I was pretending. I had to pretend I was this version of myself, but deep inside I knew I wasn't that version because it was fake. Like, I had this map with my name on it and all the traits, and okay, this is my new version, let me step into that. Until I did this exercise, I felt like I was faking it, like I had to pretend. And if you have to pretend, you don't believe you are that person. You don't believe you have those traits. You don't believe you're ready. You don't believe there's nothing missing for you to reach what you want. But once you do this exercise and you realize that you don't have to fake anything, you don't have to pretend, you already have everything you need inside of you. There is nothing missing. Nothing. You just have to put in the work. You just have to devote some time, some presence, some attention in order to get there. Because there's nothing missing. And I say that because we spend so much of our time self-sabotaging, worrying, fearing. What if I'm not ready? What if I don't know? What if... There's nothing missing, boo. There's nothing missing. You can go for it. You can go for it. You have it right in front of you. If you did this exercise with me, I hope you're feeling amazing by now. But I really want you to dive deeper into it. Take your time, prep some tea, and write down the feelings you had. For example, in my experience while I was doing this, I realized that when I was working on these traits, the times that I actually applied them and I was, for example, very disciplined, I didn't only focus on the goal, on the object, like getting to this place, reaching this certain amount of revenue, of profit, of money, or getting to this prize or goal or accomplishment. It wasn't about that. I was thinking about the life I was gonna have, the feelings I would embody, how I would feel every day when I wake up, the freedom. That's what made me move towards my goals, to be disciplined, to be devoted, to be audacious. It was because I was thinking not only of the goal, the object, but like the more holistic perspective, how my life would be, how I would feel, how I would be perceived, the energy I would give off, the frequency I'd be in. So that was my own deep dive. It's where I wrote a lot about this. So if you feel like it, dive deeper. Find things you still need to develop. I was just talking to a friend about this precise exercise, and this conversation urged me to come record this video and post it here on the channel. I was talking to him about something specific. You know, a lot of people aren't afraid of failure. They're afraid of what will happen when they reach success, the kind of responsibility they'll have, or how hard it could be to maintain it. Because it is. Like, it's a journey in order to get to where you want, but to keep that life or continue growing, it requires a lot of responsibility, and yeah, a lot of people fear that. So we were just talking about that. My friend told me, yeah, I think that's the thing I fear, not failing, but actually getting there and not being able to sustain it, to hold it. So I invited him to do the same exercise. Okay, so your goal is to feel good about your success. When you get there, you want to feel good, you don't want to be stressed, you want to have like full control and be chill about it, right? So I told him, do the same thing. That's the goal. Write down the traits you need to have in order to have a calm success, a success that you don't fear now. And then you do the same thing, the same process. You think about the moments you had those traits, and then you realize you have all the tools, you have everything you need in order to handle the success that's coming. But those are just two examples, one from me, one from my friend, but it's just an invitation to dive deeper. I hope you like this video. It's my first time doing something like this. I'm gonna try to be more consistent here. I love posting on YouTube. I love bringing these thoughts. I really like the comments, how people interact with it. And yeah, I'm gonna be traveling through Europe for the next months. I've been in Paris, in the south of France, and I just arrived in Tuscany. So Yeah, I'll probably be recording some more videos in this beautiful view, or I don't know, somewhere else, even more magical. Who knows? Oh, and remember, stay curious. Just see what happens.